I'm so stupid. I just ended the recording. I'm gonna have to stitch that together. Fuck me. All right, whatever. Here
God
we
damn
go.
it.
All right, Sai, you ready to go?
Hold on, I'm thinking of what the center square could be. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, then here we go. Melania, for me, what is your center square guess, Sci-Fi?
Acquire Egon's furled finger.
That is a bold choice for the center square. I know some of our players will not be hoping for that. It is full Haligtree Medallion is the center square, so that necessitates both Liurnia progress to kill Albus and, of course, killing Commander Nile. We'll take a look here at some of the DLC squares that we have on the board. It looks pretty balanced here, a little bit base game heavy. Gaius's Pants, 3 different Crucible Knight variants: Wolf Lion, Berry Hippo, Moonrithel, Oathseeker, Black Knife, Death Knight, Iris of Grace, and Occultation, and Bulls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 DLC squares. So yeah, definitely a lighter DLC board. And in terms of the base game squares, we have some of the big kills that you like to see here. Melania, Goddess of Rot, Moji, the OG, Lord of Blood. We have that Estelle boss. Could we see Estelle into the DLC is actually a very viable option. Could we see that at some point here today? I do not know. There's also would be potential reason to go Rykard into the DLC with Godskin Apostle Without Sleeps and God bosses on that same line, that row 5. To me, it feels like a board where you're probably not going to be hard rushing the DLC. You probably want to synergize getting in a little bit, especially because the DLC squares, there are only 8 of them in Oathseeker and Black Knife, as well as Crucible Knight variants. Both necessitate Altus access as well. What are some of your thoughts here on this board, Sci-Fi?
Yeah, just initial count of DLC squares is 8, but like you said, 2 of them require Altus. So I'd say there's a world where you don't rush the DLC on this board. I think for the DLC squares, there's one like clearly back section square, which is Commander Gaius's Pants. And you can make that work with Iris of Grace and Occultation and 3 different Crucible Knight variants. But you have 4 bosses with Wolf, Lion, Hippo, or Bear in the name. So you might just decide to do front section and sack the Commander Gaius's Pants square. That'll be an interesting thing to see how the DLC players will handle that, because you're basically trading one square for the other. I think probably Hippo would be better. But yeah, other than that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different Remembrance bosses in the base game. You have Estelle, Radon, Moog, Melania. I would like to see maybe a DLC player doing Estelle potentially, rush Altus. Either, I think for the DLC player, you can do one of 2 things. You could do Estelle Godric, or you can do Radon Godric. Estelle, I think I favor a little bit just because it's an immediate square when you kill the boss, whereas with Radon, you have to go restore the Great Rune to get the value out of it, and you're more likely to be racing the base game player because of that. It'll be interesting to see how the DLC players will choose their DLC path. For base game, Radon, Godskin Apostle, and Kaled, 5 bosses with God in the name. Has some good synergy, as well as Spirit Caller bosses, Underground bosses if you do Radon. So I think Radon is a fairly decent play for the base game player.
Yeah, and we have
also Moog as an Underground boss.
Yeah, Moog into the DLC could potentially be viable as well. Like, that's not...
Yeah, I forgot about that as well.
Entirely
Moog or Estelle.
And we have some interesting and decent weapon choices here. Both teams obviously are using Great Stars, but on different slots. Wander, the primary base game player, is using Great Stars, while Yibe, the primary DLC player for Expedition 25, is using Great Stars. Meanwhile, Thomas is going with the Rotten Staff, and then Trump is going with the Mesmer Soldier. God, the hiccups are bad today. Mesmer Soldier's Axe. And here we go. Players are underway. It is game time, baby.
Interestingly enough, Strump and Yiba both started with the same class. They're wearing the same armor, I think. Am I right about that, or am I wrong?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Strump is just wearing a helmet, which I imagine Yiba couldn't wear because the
No,
weight
wait. These are
difference with
different
Great Sword.
classes. These are different classes. It's
Are
the
they?
same
Okay.
armor set, but it is the same armor set, but they're different variants because one is the cape variant while the other one is the no cape variant.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was the helmet on Strump's side or
No, that's the
it's
cape
got-
on. Yeah, it's the cape on the Lionel set.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, Wander had to quit out on Celia skip. The
Yeah.
way he was falling, like he would have died if he didn't quit out there.
Yeah, it was a good quit out.
It's rare to see that a death on the Celia skip, but when that happens, man, it is pretty devastating. A good save there by Wander.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that I like tell particularly like I don't do as much rookie coaching anymore, but back when I was doing a lot of like coaching for newer players, right? A lot of times I would tell people like practice failing Celia skip. Like don't a lot of times people practice skips using ER tool and like reset position, right? And it's just auto reset. I would tell people all the time like do not do that with Celia skip. Like practice not dying or getting back into position, right, to do the skip again. It's a very important skill.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, dude, like it's rare that you will just get it first try every time, right?
Yeah, like you will fail.
You want to practice how
right?
it will be in an actual game. The main thing is not dying, really. There's ways to fall off that don't kill you, but yeah. So I believe Wander is doing Dectus, whereas Thomas is most certainly doing Makar.
We've seen Wander do this a few times before. He likes the Dectus into Radon a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty justifiable on this board. You have Godskin Apostle and Caled without sleep. You get the Fort Faroth Grace, that's nice. Radon's Great Rune, both of those can be accessed fairly easily and risk-free from Fort Faroth. There is a skip that you can take underneath the Queen Rot Knight Duo Cave, which Thomas will probably do. And I don't know what's faster, but I know I think Thomas is the one who came up with the skip or found it and studied it himself, but we'll probably see Thomas do the Radon skip, do that skip up Clean Out Night Duo Cave if he's gonna go for Radon.
That's I think I don't think he invented it, but I think he was the one who brought it to bingo, right? Like a lot of these skips are like known, like this game's 3 years old or whatever at this point, right? Like at least base game, right?
Yeah.
There are, if you dig enough, you can find skips, right? But Thomas is really the first person to really use it in bingo, right? Also, SFP, thank you so much for the gift sub to Cronies. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it, Cronies. Or SFP, sorry. Thank you so much. Dude, if I'm losing my head this much, next weekend I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be dead after next weekend.
It's over. It's nearing the end of the regular season. You just got to make it through playoffs and finals, man.
I mean, I'll be good. I will say,
longer.
Like last season was so much longer because we had the qualifiers and stuff. Like I know the players complained about it, but like even for me as well. Like at this point in last season, I was just like, God, God, I'm tired. Like I want this to be over because a lot goes into this, right? Like a lot more work.
Like 10-hour streams too.
Yeah.
Like every day.
Well, and just a lot more work goes into bingo than like a normal stream, right? Even though a lot of the back work is done, right, between scheduling and just setting up all the overlays and everything every single time and setting up co-commentator. Like, it's just I'm not complaining, but it's just like, it's tiring, right? But this season I feel great, right? I'm just like excited. I think the pace is good. I don't want to go, especially as we're going to be running 4 events next season or next year. I don't want to go more than 8 weeks for regular season ever again.
I know, like, since have been casting some of the Rookie Rumble games, and the Rookie Rumble games only have like 3 different scenes. There's not too many overlays, but man, it is so much work to set up all the overlays and get everything lined up perfectly. And or like putting it all together is pretty stressful. Like the amount of work you do is actually insane. Think about it. You have this scene with these 4 screens in the board. There's another one with 4 screens without the board. there's 4 screens for putting each individual player on the big screen, and then there's every combination of 2 players together. Well, other than you don't have like the same team side by side, do you?
No, I've been thinking about trying to get that, but yeah.
That would be interesting, but in any case, every scene you have to adjust before every game.
Yeah,
right? And like,
yeah. That's why the breaks are longer this season, because I have to adjust 13 different scenes every single game. Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, props to you, man, because the broadcasts and production value is always fantastic.
Well, I try my best. You know, you guys are some of the best players in the world, right? You guys play at a world-class level, and I try my best to deliver you guys a world-class broadcast. And also, yeah, for next weekend, this is something that's been talked about. As we see Strump going in for the Red Wolf here, I will color code with DLC squares for next weekend. I wanted to do that for this weekend, but life be life, yeah, life be life, and I couldn't. I didn't have time. Yeah. Very clean kill there from Strump. Very nicely done. Showing
the wow. Wait, his player picture is a speed run.
He debated me. That Silk Song was a recording. So yeah, and it's up there.
Bro threw me for a loop there. The TikTok brain took over and it just like murdered my attention span.
Trump is also a top 100 Silk Song speedrunner. He's very talented, very, very talented.
But he's showing off the Mesmer Soldier Axe, which is actually a fantastic weapon.
Yeah, it got through Red Wolf really clean there. Like, I was impressed just how fast it was. That was an incredibly quick kill. And Strump is moving here today, right? Like,
I mean, he looks better than Great Stars at this point.
Yeah. I mean, the question is though, is like, how does it look when we get into those longer fights where like stance breaks and bleed procs start mattering, right? You kind of just nuke Red Wolf and Margit, right? So you're not going to notice that as much. But once we get into the DLC, I do expect Great Stars to probably show its class a little bit. Where the hell did Wanderer get Omen Killer Cleaver?
I didn't see it, but probably from the merchant, because he did not check the carriage.
That's an insane pull. I mean, Omen Killer Cleaver is it's either it's the best weapon.
You know, the thing is, and like everyone, like this has been kind of a debate recently in the community. People are saying like, oh, Makar, there's no reason to ever do Dactus, but Dactus is so good because you can get the charge attack tier, you can get the axe talisman, and then when you go to the merchant in Mistwood to buy your 3 smithing ones, you could actually find an OP weapon like Great Omen Killer Cleaver. I mean, granted, this is more of a gamble type thing, but the advantages of Dactus can actually be very, very good. And I bet if I didn't see where Wanderer got the Great Omen Killer Cleaver, but if he got it there, I bet he's celebrating Dactus right now.
Like he's gonna be one of the most juice players you'll ever see in terms of if he also got, I don't know if he also got Axe and Spiked, but
if he did, he hasn't equipped it yet.
Omen Killer Cleaver. Here's kind of the hierarchy for bingo weapons. I'm going to exclude Sombers for now, right? You can obviously like Death Poker and stuff. They're kind of just their own thing. Yebe here is actually going to make up time though. Hold up. Yebe's going the aggressive Renala route. We're going to go full screen with Yebe here. Thomas did get through Makar very nicely, but Yebe is doing Renala right after Red Wolf. He is very low HP here. Needs to be super careful.
He doesn't have Frost because he picked up the web blade and went straight into the fight, but he still does have bleed.
Yeah. Anyways, my point was like, ooh, Moon immediately.
Didn't proc on phase 1 until she was already dead, or the last hit.
Yeah, talking about weapons though, the best 2 smithing weapons are inarguably, in my opinion, Omen Killer Cleaver and Starfist. Starfist is better 100%. On bosses, but Omen Killer, but Starfist is not good on NPCs, right? So I would give the edge to Omen Killer Cleaver due to the versatility, right? Because there's no boss that Omen Killer Cleaver is not fantastic on. While Starfist, you will run into problems on certain bosses, right? Or certain NPCs.
Yeah. And there are bosses that you can kill faster with Starfish than Great Omen Killer Cleaver, but I feel that Great Omen Killer Cleaver makes the boss fight safer, even if it does take a little bit longer. Like,
I mean, I would personally
disagree. Crusader as an example.
I would personally disagree with that, but I'm also with Starfist. I have Andy, right? So.
Well, I mean, like with I'm just saying, like Great Omen Killer Cleaver, you put me in a room with Misbegotten Crusader, I can R1 spam. I can spam R1s from, like, I could be like 3 steps away from the boss and still hit with the R1s.
Yeah.
Sure, the R2s, tap R2s will stagger with micro stagger with Starfist, but like you have to be close and it's more technically
very nice
challenging, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Like the benefit of Starfist is you can just go like stance break, charge R2, and then just try to find one more hit and it'll stance break again, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Very nice job by Yibe there. Strump will still beat him to the DLC because he also got some bad RNG, and Strump is just moving here today, but that was a really clean fight.
Yeah, Strump actually... I mean, Strump was out of Red Wolf before Yibe even got there.
Yeah. Strump's flying. Strump is absolutely flying right now.
I mean, he's just... All he's been doing is speedrunning Silk Song, and like, obviously they're different games, but... just like the mentality and focus kind of does translate a little bit.
Oh, 100%. And interesting here, Thomas is actually the one going Estelle. It's neither of the primary DLC players. We have Thomas making the Estelle play.
Yeah, I don't mind this. Rotten Staff is a very good weapon. You can rot Estelle. You'll get plenty of staggers with this weapon. His health bar is longer than his stamina bar, so that's a good sign. He should be able to tank a couple hits.
Yeah. And also this is an underground boss too. He could go do Moog Lord of Blood as well. And that's 2 underground bosses and 2 squares.
Yeah, that would be an insanely smart play. And he would be ready to go to the DLC. So he could take Oathseeker Black Knife set and then go do Melania and take the 3rd Remembrance boss. He would have a ton of juice after doing Moog and Estelle.
Strump does do the 1 cycle there. We're going to go ahead and put Strump on the big screen. And then, actually, you know what? I lied. We're going to go to the dual screen, Strump and Thomas here as Thomas is in on Estelle. This Estelle mark will mean that Wander, well, granted, Yibe could be going Radahn into DLC, but Wander will probably assume that he's uncontested here on Radahn. One of the things that Wander has done a great job of this entire season is realizing when he's uncontested on something and then greeting out a little bit more. Very nice. God, Strump is playing so well. 1345 Renola?
Yeah. Thomas gets blasted by
Thomas did get blasted, yeah.
AoE attack. That attack from Estelle and also the double bite are the 2 hard ones that are challenging to deal with.
Yeah,
you have to react so fast to the slam down AoE wave attack to get away from it.
I think that is the fastest Godric Renola that we've seen this entire season, at least in official. Like, I know in theory it can go faster, but you know, Lemon had one of the first sub 14s that I can remember in the last game, right? And Strump went ahead and beat him by like 10-15 seconds here. That was really fast by Strump. Very impressive.
Yeah, and that was with doing Godric before Renola, right? Like,
yeah.
Not even doing the fast Renola.
Yeah, that was, I mean, Strump could have routed it a little bit faster, but he was flying. Also, Thomas is making a little bit of a mistake here. It's not conduct detrimental, but the riposte window on Estelle is very small. You cannot really greed.
Yeah.
Like, you can maybe go for
he
one R1.
Missed it.
Yeah.
I think he was actually too far. Like, he would have got it, but he was just too far.
Well, I think he was trying to do like a little, like the crouch R1 loop, but you need to pause for a second. Otherwise it will not, like, it'll just go crouch R1. You have to like hold for a second in order to actually get the riposte.
Yeah. Strump doing the classic skip into Ensis, picking up a Shadow Tree Fragment. I believe rushing Ensis Troll Knight in bowls by going from Morth Ruins,
Is that
which is the
faster?
fastest way to get there.
Wow, I cannot believe that's faster. That's crazy.
Wow, Thomas just did the triple dodge on the attack. That was actually really clean. Yeah, so like you have two choices to get to the Ensis Troll Knight. Either start from Scorched Ruins and run across the bridge, or you go to Morth Ruins and run up to like the skip that you would take to Moonrathil, I guess. And
Thomas is in trouble, gets out of it.
yeah, he's very lucky that he took some damage, but the damage that he took was during a roll. If he wouldn't have rolled, he would have been caught in the actual like grab of that attack and probably just died.
Trump is going to take down the Ancestral Knight here in just a second. Thomas is one hit away. We'll go check in on Wander. Second Thomas is done with this. All right, Thomas gets it down. We'll go check in with Wander as he's now in on phase 2 for Radon. Trump is taking care of Bulls' cousin. We don't care about this. This one's the easy one, right? Bulls, the 5-time, is the real deal, right?
Very nicely done by Thomas. Now, I imagine Thomas will upgrade, but you know, he can upgrade and then if he does two Dragonkin bosses and Moog, that's 4 squares, right? Moog,
Yes.
Dragonkin bosses, Underground bosses, like there's a ton of synergy with Underground.
And
I
very
wonder
nice
how
job
long
by
he will
Wander
hold
there.
The Dragonkins. If Wander rushes Radon's Great Rune right now, that'll tell Thomas. Look, oh, Thomas is doing the skip.
Oh yeah, he is doing here what's on the big screen here. This is the skip up the Clean Rot Night Cave. So you grab the Somber 5 and then you go up to the Clean Rot Night Cave and get into Dragon Barrow. God, this it looks so ridiculous, but he got it.
Yeah, I don't like this skip, but it is a consistent if you practice it the right way.
Yeah, it just looks crazy, right? It's like a reverse
So, like I
Tolier
was
skip
saying,
type
like,
of thing.
The advantage that Wander got from doing Dectus can actually be somewhat addressed by Thomas doing this particular skip. And it kind of works for Thomas because he has a Somber weapon and he picks up the Somber 5 on the way to the Grace over here. Yeah, I think Thomas is going to challenge Godskin Apostle.
Yeah, we'll see, but hold on as we have the 5-time champion. Bulls carry Knight. Trump opens up with a few attacks. Bulls gets a stomp off. Can Trump do it? Can he beat him? Jump attack. Bulls goes down. But does Trump have the damage? His 5-time. He is a resilient champion. He's the 5-time for a reason. He gets back up. He still has fight in him yet. And he dies. Rest in peace, Bulls.
Silk Song Speedrunner versus Bulls Carrying Knight. Who wins?
Yeah, and I will say though, like this God's gonna pot, like, because Thomas is going here to, he's not going for the Great Rune. He hasn't killed Radon, but he's trying to contest Apostle, which is a super heads up play. Because Wander was looking at this board thinking, oh, I go to Radon, I restore the Great Rune, I kill the Apostle, right? But Thomas is saying, nah, I'm not going to contest you on Radon, but then I'm going to come in and snipe you on the Apostle, right? We'll see how this ends up going. The question is also, like, does Wander go restore first, or does he go up, or does he go straight to the Apostle? He does choose to restore.
Yeah, I mean, you have to restore.
Oh, but Thomas
I guess you
pivots.
don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
It would be smarter. It actually would be smarter to go kill Apostle because you saw Thomas kill Estelle.
Well, restoring
The
covers
only
Yebe
thing-
doing Radon into DLC on a light DLC board.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that, like, that was the thing I was gonna say is, like, you don't know if the DLC player is doing Radon, but I think Yebe just doesn't do that. He just always does DLC rush, and you can kind of play to the style of your opponent. a little bit. That can backfire, obviously. But anyways, like rushing Radon's Great Rune's fine because it's setting up a diagonal threat.
And it's a great rune if he uses it.
Yeah, is this the one that does HP, stamina, and
FP, yes.
FP, or is it?
Yes, it's
Okay,
a really
yeah.
good great rune.
Thomas goes, upgrades, and is looking for some talismans, I think.
And it looks like actually Wander's going to go upgrade as well, but Yebe goes down there to the... He's going for Iris of Grace and Occultation and does die there to the Omen Killer. That Omen Killer does drop the Iris of Occultation. I'll be honest, we haven't seen this square in quite a bit. We used to see it, I feel like it was like every other game at the start of the season. And it's been a minute since we've seen this one in the official game.
Yeah, I was watching Strump do that square in a practice match, and he walked up to the Omen Killer and got killed like 4 times in a row. It's kind of funny. 'Cause you go in here weak, like the guy, like even at this
he's a
health
boss.
bar, like,
He's
still getting
yeah.
tapped. Dude, Thomas is doing such a strong heads-up play here, dude. It's actually insane.
Yeah. Especially because that Godskin Apostle and Kaled is such a valuable square, right?
Well,
if Wander were to claim that, it would build up 2 significant threats there on the row 5 and the column 4, but Thomas is going to be able to go ahead and take out both of those here.
yeah. I wonder if Thomas will spam Vig right here, or if he's going to get the weapon requirements. Yeah, he just goes straight for health, survivability.
The only thing I think
he
you
uses
need...
that health to just greed hits and kill this Apostle fast, because he is still relying on the physic.
Yeah, he should be fine on Apostle. We'll go full screen here with Thomas. The only stuff I would say you probably need Rex for are like 100% because the physic could run out would be Melania and Moog. On those 2, you probably want Rex, like full Rex. For now, I don't think you need it.
That's fair.
Like if you're having a 3-minute plus Apostle fight, you're doing something wrong.
I don't like that. I like this fight, but...
What, you don't like hitless gameplay and big staggers? Come on, Thomas.
No, I don't like missing the riposte, man.
Sci-Fi here, you know, is a BM competitor just hating on all of his opposition, wishing them the absolute worst.
It's true. I can't help myself.
Another big stagger there. I gotta say, it's very impressive, like how much Thomas and Yebe. Granted, like I would have expected this team to get better, right? This is only their 2nd bingo event. Like they are the most inexperienced. Well, Iron and Typing aside, right? They are the most inexperienced team coming into this, right? And if you include all competitive experience, not just. I said nice things and you died.
Oh my god, man. That was
such
a
nasty combo.
Fight, hitless.
Yeah.
And it just came down to that triple combo. He'll get it down next time for sure. That was such a good fight. That Apostle is just so dangerous.
Anyways, what I was saying though,
you just had to praise him, didn't you?
Well, regardless of that, this team, I'm impressed by how much this team has improved, right? Because they had Iron and Typing brand new to bingo, but do have a ton of competitive experience, right? For Thomas and Yebe, their only competitive or bingo experience was a rookie event, right? Just getting a win all season would have been a victory, right? But to now be in this position and contesting for playoffs is a big deal.
I think I could be wrong about this, but I think they may not even have like over 1,000 hours played, and they're just insane.
Yeah. Wander here is going for the Falling Star Beast in Kaled in order to get full grown in Falling Star
He's
Prio.
looking at that column potentially.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice when you've seen your opponent do an underground boss already, but Also, he did Radon, so he knows he can do 2 Dragonkins probably faster than Thomas can.
Mm-hmm. And I think Strump is about to get sniped here on Iris of Grace and Occultation.
Well, you need to survive this, Thomas. Good dodge.
Yibei did back section, right? I didn't somehow miss a hippo fight. I'm not that tired, right?
Yibei did back section, yeah.
This is why I have to bring in Freshco commentators. Because I lose my goddamn mind.
I just remember seeing the elevator, that's all.
Yeah, so Yibei's about to snipe Strump on Iris of Grace and Occultation. Oh, fuck. Thomas.
No, man.
He greeted and ran out of stamina. Yeah. An Apostle's literally like gonna die in like 3 seconds. Yeah, that was some biblical greed.
I mean, this is a high risk, high reward play. This boss is not easy. This is Dragon Barrow scaled.
I mean,
Dragon Barrow is the highest in base game, if I'm not mistaken. Like besides Elden, Beast, and Moog, Millennia maybe.
Yeah, I mean it is. Like I think the Putrid Avatar has the same scaling level as Malekith, I believe. And there goes Iris of Grace and Occultation for Yibei as he does snipe Strump there. Wander here is working on Altus Gelmir bosses. Yibei's +6. He's +6. Or sorry, Thomas is +6. My apologies. Yeah, like he's been fighting it so well. The first time he just got caught in a blender, right, which happens, and the second time was just really greedy. I don't know. I wasn't counting.
He's taking it a little bit more safe, but
yeah, I wasn't counting poise. He might have been greeting for a stagger. I'm not 100%.
Honestly, his first fight was the best. That was when he was the most confident, I think. Now he's playing it a little bit more safe, which is actually getting him hit more. But you can't really blame him. Like, you just want to do it safe and get through it at this point.
Yeah. Another big stagger there. Trump is currently going for the Death Knight. We're going to go full screen here with Thomas for this for the back half of this fight once again. I mean, the good news is that this is such a strong play, right? Even though he died, they're not in a bad, even though he died twice, they're not in a bad spot at all.
Yeah. He still has a decent prio on the underground bosses, Dragonkin soldiers, Dragonkin bosses, God bosses, everything.
And there goes the Apostle. Very nicely done.
Yeah, well done by Thomas. That's huge. I want to know what Wander is thinking right now. Because you go mark Radon's Great Rune, you've signaled prio on that fight in particular, and Thomas coming into your prio and taking that for you, I know that stings.
I don't know what, unsure what Wander's thinking, but I know what Thomas is thinking here.
What's that?
I read you like a Harry Potter book.
That's exactly what he's thinking. I couldn't find it. There we go. All right.
How long did it take you to find that soundboard?
Dude, someone added new soundboards and everything got moved, and I don't know where anything is anymore. All right.
You got a favorite then. Add it to your favorites, dude.
Yibei here going for Moonrithal. I like this a lot just as a nice little defensive play. It's a quick square, right? Always good to get quick squares. And then also, Wander and Strump have been a little quiet, right? This goes ahead and just takes care of row 3 and column 5.
I like to see Thomas moving toward Moog at this point. That's a really
strong
I'm honestly
play.
shocked Wander didn't go for that.
Oh, Yibei gets absolutely clocked. Strump is in on the Death Knight.
God.
We're going to stay here with Yibei. He's out of heals.
The double heal, man. That's always the double heal. Just you get stuck in the jump attack
No,
when you
just
do that.
just smack him, Yabe. You don't. I think he was trying to find a blessing in America. Does get it down. Great job there. We'll go full screen with Strump here for Death Knight.
Death Knight's notoriously tanky enemies.
That they are. Dude, this Mesmer Soldier Axe is cooking.
Yeah, I think Shura really likes this weapon.
I know
think he
Wander
would
likes
pick
it a
this
lot.
over Great Stars. He'd probably pick this over Great Stars any day.
Wander uses this in Rando all the time.
I've used it a few times, yeah. I mean, it's a banger. I don't know what the poise damage is for the charge R2s. I mean, for the most part, like axes are just R1 spam weapons, but you can get staggers like pretty consistently.
Yeah, no,
doing charge attacks.
It's not a great axe or a great hammer, but like the poise values are solid. Like it's not bad at all. I think it's the same poise values as katanas, maybe a little bit higher. Trump does get that down. We're going to go check in with Wander here as he's going for the full-grown Falling Star Beast. This will mark a square on the row 1, full-grown and Falling Star Beast.
I'm wondering if Wander's thinking about going from here into Noble Rykard. It would be 2 God bosses, and he could finish Mount Gelmir bosses at the same time.
That he could.
And he could just run from right here, right? Volcano Manor's right down the hill.
Yabe is going to upgrade. He's grabbing his 7s. Also, Thomas is not going Moog. He's going full Haligtree.
Thomas prepped Moog.
I think he's double prepping a block because they need a block on that diag.
Yeah, in this situation, that's the right way to play it. Because Wander hasn't marked anything since Radon's Great Rune, and he could just be prepping the line. You need to pick.
Yeah.
You need to get at least one of them, right? This mark should tell Thomas, though, like, you could probably get both. He kills Nile and then goes back for Moog. If
Thomas is now in on the Nile fight. Yeah, I think you thought about the quit out, but you're already there.
This is why you take Colossals, by the way.
Colossals break the game. It's because the Crouch R1s are just so good, right? In terms of the moves, like the move set is actually very quick, right? And you always recover stamina. You can just loop it. And each single hit with a Colossal hammer, has to be a hammer, does over 20 poise damage. So any boss with 80 poise, 4 Crouch R1s, and it's down, right? And the Charge R2s do over 40. You just break the game in half.
Is this staff considered a Colossal Hammer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Colossal hammer, any Colossal
20 poise?
What?
The poke attack is 20 poise. That's crazy.
On Colossal hammers, yes. So there's
and Nile has 80 poise. Is that it?
I'm not sure his poise value, but yeah, it breaks stuff. Yeah, there's 2 types. There's actually 3 types of Colossal weapons, even though it's not listed in the game. It'll just list it as Colossal swords and Colossal weapons. There's another type which are Colossal axes, basically, or not Colossal hammers. Those do the exact same amount of poise damage as Colossal swords, which still do a lot of poise damage, but don't meet the 20 poise threshold on the R1s and the 40 poise thresholds on the R2s. A Colossal weapon is a Colossal hammer, unless it either A, looks like an axe, or is Giza's wheel. So Godfrey's axe, the duelist axes, Giza's wheel. I might be missing one other. Those are the Colossal axes, then they have the same poise values as swords.
Dude, the road to bingo is gonna slap.
Jay, Lemon's been a VIP here for longer than I've known you. I hate to tell you, bud.
Bro just got educated. Damn. No mercy.
Add that to Veilbreak 101. It will be on the quiz.
Dude, unless Yiba does 4 bosses, I'm pretty sure Wamp can get the road to bingo. Like Strump is doing Loretta, Onyx Lord potentially, finishing 6 bosses in Liurnia. That'll give him 2 Scorpion Charms. Wander's doing 2 Dragonkin bosses right now. He has 2 Mount Gelmir bosses already. The last square they need on that line is 4 bosses.
Yeah.
It'd be
I mean, Wolf, Lion, Bear, Hippo though is anyone's game.
Yeah, that's the one square that's up, like open.
Because neither player went Hippo. Trump gets through Loretta. Yebe is getting Altus access, but yeah, he needs to be careful about the. Honestly, he could consider making a play for Gelmir. Like he has one. And
true.
Meanwhile, Wander's going Dragonkins, and Wander's only at 2.
Yeah, I wonder what the fastest Gelmir bosses are. It has to be Virgins, Noble, at least. Maybe Rykard, but
I mean, if you're going assuming you're going Virgins, Gillica and the Tree Spirit. Or not Gillica.
Tree Spirit, yeah.
The Tree Spirit and the other, not Maggie, whichever one it is.
Yeah.
We see Thomas there bowing to Moog, Lord of Blood. As this is a very strong play for them. They need to be careful about addressing the road too, but this is a really strong play as Thomas here will get Moog, Lord of Blood, and a second underground boss. Also will give him DLC access as well if they did want to play around with that. This team's going to have massive switchability here as both players on this team, once Moog goes down, will have Altus and DLC access.
Right, yeah, Yiba just did Abductor Duo, so... I just realized something else. Exaltation Talismans is a Mount Gelmir boss, and it looks like Yiba is actually going in that direction right now.
Yeah. Then I think you could just clean this up, right? You could do Exaltations, right? You could, if you want to grab a Scorp Charm on the way, you can, because Strump is not actually going for that. He's going for Liurnia bosses first before finishing Scorp Charms. I don't think he'll get Scorp Charms, but in theory he could, right? You could also then go kill the Magma Worm. Actually, like, based on the routes that we do in Randacalypse, the unlock graces would change it a little bit, but based on assuming no unlock graces, Cumbugs into what was that?
Strump marked 6 bosses.
Okay.
He overclicked.
I forgot the crows scare me. I forgot that the crows are the unmarked sound.
Crows?
Yeah, whenever someone unmarks, there's crows, like birds.
I don't think I've ever noticed that.
Yeah. Really clean Moog.
Honest,
really fast
did an
Moog.
Insanely good job there with Moog.
Yeah. Yeah, an absolutely beautiful Moog to button. Now we have a 5-5 game here. Also, J-Man, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, J-Man.
Team Expedition 25, Thomas and Yiba are doing a fantastic job of just stealing away some of the prio out from underneath Wander. Yiba, first Thomas did it by taking Godskin Apostle and Kaled without sleep, and now Yiba is potentially taking 4 bosses in Mountain Gelmir from Wander, which is signaled on the board by FSB and Fullgrown. Because
what's going to be
Fullgrown Beast is in Gelmir, right? So...
Yeah, what'll be interesting too is who ends up taking the priority away on underground bosses, right? Because Wander's gonna have 2 with the Dragonkins. Meanwhile, Thomas has 2 with Estelle and Moog.
Yeah. And honestly, Thomas could finish that really quickly by doing Siluria and the Lake of Rot Dragonkin.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go grab the other half of the Haligtree medallion there to finish off full Haligtree and claim the center square there. That will. Trump is already going for it, but it would pressure them to go finish Scorp Charms, right?
Yeah.
Yebe is gonna. Looks like he's gonna finish off and claim Gelmir, right? So yeah, the question is ultimately here, what does Wander decide to do after Dragonkins? I think seeing Mogor to Blood and Mogor to Blood and Estelle already marked, I might just play aggressive to try to snipe away the underground bosses. Like, it's risky, but you're also in a very close game, right? And sometimes you need to play aggressive.
You have to. He took Apostle from you.
Yeah.
The thing is, he marked Estelle and Moog, and you don't know if he's finishing underground bosses or not, but he's about to mark Haligtree Medallion, which is going to tell you you can take underground bosses.
Yeah, they're going to mark it like the same time. Dragonkin just pops and yep, there you go.
Oh yeah, they actually did basically mark at the same time. That's crazy.
So the question is it a race? Meanwhile, Yebe does go down there. He was doing the Demi-Human Queen Marga or Mag. I think that one's Maggie. I always forget it with all the ads
Maggie,
around
Margo,
it.
Something. Wander appears to be going for Gelmir bosses. I think he wants that row 2, and now this is a head-to-head race between Yiba and Wander because Yiba has 2 down. I think he has a Abductor duo and the Kindred Rot duo.
And Wander also has 2.
Wander has full grown, and what other one did he kill? I don't remember. Oh my goodness, Yiba.
I swear he did 2.
Oh my god, dude. No, he did.
Full grown and
he has 2 on there.
I think he already killed the Demi-Human Queen. I'm pretty sure it was this Demi-Human Queen.
Bro. Yeah, just on the way to FSB, I think so. He's gonna do Magma Worm and
yeah. Ty, would you would you call this a supersonic race, or
I think this is supersonic race.
Then it's time to get supersonic racing.
I don't know who wins this, man.
I don't know who wins this either.
If Yibe can kill this without dying, then he has a really good chance because the Magma Worm is very stally and the arena is all lava, right?
I mean, the question is also, does Yibe greed this? Like, I think the Tree Spirit's faster, but he might try to greed for Wolf Lion, Bear Hippo, right? And go for Red Wolf.
Right. Well, he may need to do that just to ensure he gets... No, he's going... Oh, he's so smart. He's doing the Tree Spirit.
Oh, and Wander's in absolute hell.
Oh my god, Wander.
He escapes.
Wander. Barely
Wander needed that
survives
talisman from Dark Souls 1 that lets you survive lava. He had that on.
He did. What is it called? It's a ring, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all rings. Yeah. The Magma Walker's ring. The Fire Walker's ring.
Yeah. That's what it's called for sure.
All right, it is now 3-3 on Gelmir bosses.
The floor is lava.
Oh, but Wander's greeding. I think Wander's looking at the Kumbug duo to greed, and he's gonna get sniped unless Yibe dies to the Tree Spirit, probably twice.
Yeah. The thing is, like, why would you like? He's not imagining that Yiba went to.
Dude, yeah, there goes Gelmir, or there goes underground bosses. By the way, for Thomas, Wander is just getting his cookies stolen today, just completely.
Yeah.
All the food on Wander's plate is just getting taken away. He thought he had Apostle. He thought he had Gelmir bosses. He probably thought he had a shot at underground bosses, and he's gonna get absolutely none of them. Absolutely brutal for Wander there.
Yeah. This is the worst way to, like, face off against opponents. Honestly, as the base game player, it's so tough when the DLC player comes back and you have two players taking your squares from you. It's mind blowing when it happens to you, because you're planning your plays based off of the base game player, right? Like he's seeing what Thomas is marking and he's choosing to do his plays based on that information. And meanwhile, Yiba has been in the dark and secretly just gunning for the other squares that Wander is holding prio on while he's trying to work around what Thomas is doing.
Yeah,
it's kind of a diabolical play style. I hate when it happens, but it's a very smart way to do it.
It's about to get more diabolical too, because Strump is getting Altus access, right? He might be looking at OC or Black Knife, but there's a chance here that Thomas goes and gets it. He just picked up the Black Knife set and he has DLC access. So he might grab the first grace here in the Hallowed Tree just because he's here, right? Prep Melania and then go get OC or Black Knife. Like we saw a game in the past where Wander got 2v1 and he was like, well, I didn't care because Strump was... the board lined up really well for Strump, and like Strump just had like a super clean line of play that was completely uncontested, right? So it was like, I don't care if I'm splitting squares because Strump is just winning this game for us, right? This one is not the case, and it's not because Strump's playing poorly, it's just because the board isn't working out that way.
Yeah, there wasn't enough. Like that only works on like a board with like 8 DLC squares that don't require Altus. Like there's not much of an interplay of DLC on this board. Yeah, as Jay has pointed out, Yibe is going to Bernal buying parry. He already has one talisman because he did the Kindred Rod duo. And now, well, he's going to Church District. I'm not sure what he's doing here. He might be prepping Commander Geist's pants, but he can choose to go to Midra's Manse and parry the Aged One there to claim the Exaltation Talisman square as well.
Well, they have a diag threat that would almost effectively win the game.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, it would bring it to 12.
Well, they have blocked every bingo, and they have 2 bingos remaining, column 5 and the diagonal.
Yeah, and Strump is about to get sniped on an O-Seeker Black Knife. I don't think he has a Black Knife set, but even if he does, unless... We've seen some people go for the stupid skip down to the O-Seeker set and die, but that aside, right, this will be Yibe Square, and, you know, look, Wamp's really up against it, right? And this is a game that's way more important for them than for Thomas and Yibe, right? Thomas and Yibe, all this game does is it means that they have a chance at the 5 seed, right? But it doesn't impact whether or not they make playoffs or not. Meanwhile, for Wander and Strump, they have to win this game in order to keep a chance alive at a first round bye.
Yeah. I will say, like, the fun thing of Veil Break is that you can go to either. Like, okay, Yiba comes back to base game, now Thomas is in DLC. Like, you don't see this in any other format, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a...
And there goes O-Seeker Black Knife.
Played it. Like, there's just one scenario that sucks, and it's when you're getting double teamed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for me at least...
The reason it sucks is because it loses... You're losing, like, the information exchange of marking squares and understanding what the other player is doing. Like, it's kind of undermining, like, the bingo aspect of it a bit.
I mean, there's pros and cons, right? Like, I think if you compare this to, like, a singles format, right? I think the better player wins, or the better team or whatever wins in singles. Like, it's much more like... I'm a big sports guy, right? So there's a thing, there's like a spectrum, there's a YouTube video on it that basically compares like how random sports are, right? Chess is very unrandom, right? Like, but a sport like hockey is comparatively pretty random, right? Like, you get a lot of pucks on net, right? Both teams do, and like you can play better, but the puck just doesn't go in, right? And you can lose, right? I think this format is a lot more random than singles, right? Which in some ways is great, because I think it makes it, like, for me at least, it makes every match so much more exciting, right? Like, you know, last season, right? Like, if I'm watching Helios, I'm like, okay, how is Helios gonna win today, right? Admittedly, right? Like a lot of the time, that's what I'm thinking, right? But with this format, like we've just seen it, anything can happen. And there are pros and cons to that. As a player, it can be frustrating, but it's also fun. It's also what makes it fun. I think it makes like winning more exhilarating sometimes, even if you're beating a team you're on paper better than, because the better team doesn't always win in this, right?
Right. Yeah, and when you're making these crazy plays, it feels awesome, dude. You just feel like a mega genius. Like, oh, I'm so good. I knew when to go at the right time. Like, I'm guilty of it too. Like, it's one of those things. It's fun to do, but it sucks when it happens to you.
Yeah, and right now Thomas and Yibe are playing like some mega geniuses, but the question is, can they close it out? Wander and Strump are a team that has just always found a way to win, right? This season, they've just always found a way. They keep fighting. You know, I said for the playoffs, this is going to be a very dangerous team because you will have to put them away, right? Like, you could win game. They just keep fighting better than anyone else in the league, right? You have to put them in the way, whether that be in a single game or whether I would imagine in a 3-game set, right? And they're up against it right now, but I will say, right, if there was any team in this entire league who has proven that they can win with their backs up against a wall, it is Wamp.
100%.
Meanwhile, right Wander is going for the Spirit Caller bosses, so we'll go ahead and put him on the full screen here.
Yeah, and right now, it kind of seems like Strump is moving to claim the last 2 DLC squares in row 1. So, assuming they get Guys' Pants and Crucible Knight variants, that would put them at 9. There's still 4 bosses in contention. Neither team is going for it quite yet, but that's going to become an important square shortly. And then you have god bosses. So Wander right now doing Spirit Caller bosses. This is also a god boss.
Yes, just one god boss, not 2. And actually, Yibe here is, players have had issues with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up on the dual screen because yeah, he's having issues as well. This killing the exaltation or getting the exaltation. He will finish exaltation talismans by killing the aged one here, but that's easier said than done. And actually, Strump is going for the Crucible Knight variants there in the bottom left, going for Devonia. Yeah, Yibe is struggling with this. We've seen players have a lot of issues with this.
Is he at the right place?
He's at the right one.
Definitely it.
The problem is sometimes even if you get the parry, you can get madness procced.
Yeah. Like he's gonna get madness right now. And if the age one attacks again, you just die.
Yeah, it's shitty. All right, he does get the parry. Question is, does he get madness again? He does. He lives.
Oh my god.
He dies.
No.
The boy who lived has come to die.
Oh my god, dude. He's fighting Voldemort right now.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that is why is like even the insanely strong play that they did there, it's still not over, right?
Yeah.
And all of these like little things are adding time that give Wander and Strump time to catch up on square count. Like being stuck in this forest of madness for any period of time can be debilitating. He has no madness resistance either.
None.
What can you do to get? Is there any like way to get more resistance? We don't have any madness talismans in the shop, do we?
I don't think so. Sci-fi, add it, fix it. We need it. Get it now.
We need to.
Get it now.
Clarifying
Update.
Hornthorn. Right now.
Right now,
It's
mod
called
it in.
the-
Pause the game.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Everyone stop.
Hardy, if you parry if you kill the madness guy, it drops the aged one's exaltation. So it's an exaltation talisman.
Thomas gets both.
You have to
bosses
kill it
Sage's cave
in order to kill it, you must
Bring the
parry it
forward.
first.
to 10-7.
And by the way, yeah, again,
that
guys, if anyone has any
particular-
questions, feel free to ask. Not exactly. In theory, yes, but in practice, not really. It's kind of a shit. It needs practice. Unironically, I've seen players struggle like hell on this. This is not the first time I've seen it. But
No, Hardy, those enemies are invulnerable to damage whatsoever. You cannot harm them, but if you parry them one time, now they can be damaged. So
Yeah.
after you parry them once, then you can damage them, and you still have to exhaust their HP bar in order to get the kill. So even one riposte may not necessarily kill it after, which is what we saw with.
And we
Yuba.
see Melania here. I will say Melania with Colossals is something that's very difficult. We saw Thomas get in a little bit of trouble there. He wasn't able to properly do the circle strafe due to a little bit of a greedy R1. You need to be very controlled against Melania when going against her with Colossals. Yibe does get that down, does get the Exorcism's Exaltation. Took a bit longer than he would have wanted, but he gets it done, and it's now an 11-7 game.
Very nicely
Jump's working
done.
on Crucible Knight, or working on Wolf Lion Bear Hippo, and has priority on Crucible Knight variants. Wander's gonna finish the Spirit Caller bosses here. And meanwhile, we have Yibe going for Gaius's pants. So as long as Thomas is able to get through Melania and Yibe is able to get through Gaius cleanly, they will win this game. But that's easier said than done.
Yeah, 11-7. Wander and Strump both working on the column 5 blocks. Thomas on a completely dead square with respect to, well, this is a god boss as well.
Yeah, I mean, also those blocks don't matter at this point. Like they're, because
Yeah,
2 squares
they
wins
really
no matter
don't.
what.
But honestly, Thomas and Yiba came to play today. I mean,
Yeah, they
they've
came to play, and
done an
I think this
exceptional
sets,
board read.
regardless of whether they win this or not, they really came to play today. And I think, you know, ASIM and Nexus also came to play in their last game, and whichever team does win that game will be very deserving of that final playoff spot.
100%. You have to be really careful with Colossals.
Yes. The
Huge
biggest
staggered though.
The biggest problem is that their end lag is much longer. Against most attacks,
Yeah.
you're fine, but you can do an R1 and then she can decide to waterfowl, and you will just slam on the ground right in front of her and in most cases die. Thomas has a lot of health. So he was able to
He
tank it.
also,
The
like, very luckily only got hit like twice somehow. when
Yeah.
it did happen.
The only other thing is he is physic dependent. Is he still physic dependent? We saw
I'm not sure.
as there goes Spirit Caller bosses for Wander, but we saw yesterday Iron, or yesterday the day before, Iron went for Melania with the Watchdog staff, which the Watchdog staff is identical to Rotten staff, just without rot, right? So that is a significant difference, but Iron ran out of physic, ran out of juice.
Yeah.
I don't think he's physic dependent though, because I don't see any temporary buffs, which means his physic already wore off and he's good.
One of the things that's not necessarily annoying, but what makes Melania slightly different from other bosses.
And there it goes. There's a huge kill. Great job there by Thomas as he gets Melania down, and Wamp or Expedition 25 take the 12-point lead over Wamp. Or not 12-point lead.
As Wander
They're one
was
square
actually
away.
making his way toward Melania,
And he just jumps off a cliff in despair.
yeah. That's just tough for Wander there, having to deal with that block, which to be fair, he started the block when it was still relevant. But yeah, that gives Thomas another God boss. Looks like Thomas goes into capital.
And now
Godfrey.
Yebe has a chance here to close out this game with Gaius's pants. This win will eliminate Wander and Strump from number 1 seed or from bye contention, right? They will still make playoffs, but they will not get a first round bye guaranteed. That first round bye will either go to Tank and Top, Ellie and Helios, or Time Complexity, your own Sci-Fi and Shura.
Yeah, and that's that depends on 2 factors. I have to win and they have to lose, right?
Yeah.
If they win, they just get it. So less pressure on them, I think, because it's their fate is in their hands entirely.
And both of you have difficult games, right? Going up against 2 fellow playoff teams. You will be playing Bofa D's, and Wamp will be playing Wamp will be playing Tank and Top.
Right.
We see Yebe go down there though.
Yeah, Yiba just got kicked in the face by Gaius.
I mean, game's not over till it's over, right?
100%. Wander also seeing the capital play here.
Yeah.
It's good. There's a God boss, and obviously Ritual Shield is in capital.
Yep. There were some patches on his hitbox after. It's really not. There was a patch after launch, like shortly after launch. It's not as bad as it was on day 1. The charge is still annoying. There are various forms of tech to get around the initial charge, but everything else is the hitboxes elsewhere are good, except for the fact that he can sometimes double kick you. That's annoying as hell. You get double hit by the kick. We will go full screen again with Yebe as this is, well, it's not quite for the game as this is not a Gaius square. This is a Lieutenant Archer riding a wolf square. Unironically, I've seen players go grab the Scadu after Gaius to kill the Archer.
I won't be surprised if we see people start to do that. Yeah, the only way Wamp wins at this point is sniping Expedition 25 on every single square until the game's over. So it's going to be very hard to pull off.
Also, Min, I'm sorry that we have 60 players across various leagues, so unfortunately we cannot commentate every game. You can watch it in the you can always watch your games in the Discord though. You can join Ignite and watch their games. There's a watch party always for those games. So you can always watch them in the Discord with the community. There's just not always commentary because we have so many players. Exclamation mark Ignite is the home of Elden squares. I wrote in.
So we love the charge hitbox on Gaius for the Nightmare Seed. I mean, yeah. So this tells Yib, you're by yourself here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all you have to do is kill this Hog Rider, and then you kill Ram Rider, and you're on your way to victory.
He just needs to close it out here. Big stagger. If he gets a bleed or a frost here on this riposte, that would kill, but he doesn't get it. Charge R2 needs one more hit. Good poise, don't greed.
By the way, this fight is the reason why Great Stars appears underwhelming.
Yeah, now it's time for the real boss, though, for Yebe. And does Thomas already have Ritual Sword? Is Thomas going to mark this?
I don't think he has Ritual Sword yet.
Yeah, we would have heard the ding by now.
He would have the buff if he had it.
There goes Crucible Knight variants for Strump. Wamp continue to fight here.
It's Thomas is one demi-human queen away from ritual sword, ritual shield.
And Yiba is one Lieutenant Wolf boss away.
Yeah, the true boss.
The true boss. And the true boss strikes.
Oh my god!
It's the true boss for a reason, Sai.
He's a real boss. Dude,
Guy's
one
a
thing
bastard.
I'm always terrified of when I'm fighting the Albinaric on that wolf is when she buffs the bow, dude. That thing turns into a machine gun, and it's like spirit arrows that are homing.
I actually think Thomas is gonna beat Yiba.
I think Thomas is gonna have to save Yiba from this nightmare.
Yeah.
And just get ritual sword.
Well, the new nightmare see just these guys over and over and over again.
Oh my god, dude, you don't even know.
Dude, this boss
coming.
trio, this guy trio. I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Three
I'm
of these,
cooking.
one of them is invisible. It's actually somewhat hilarious that Yiba got here first and still couldn't get it before.
And there
Thomas
goes
got
Ritual
it.
Sword and Ritual Shield. That will do it. GG's. Yiba got sniped by his teammate before he could do the final boss, but yeah, that will do it. Also, Min, we have at this point a very established coaching program that we're also going to be making some updates to after this season. So if anyone wants to get into bingo, we can help you out. We have coaches who can help you get into the game. Feel free to reach out. We would love to help you guys. We will have another, I will say, just because it's a conversation, we normally always start new players with base game singles. That's what we do for rookie. It's just the best way to learn. If you are a player with a significantly more experience, we can talk, right? Rookie Rumble might not be right for you. But generally speaking, that is how we start. Start players off and, get with a coach. There's always a variety of ways to practice, and everyone needs something that's a little bit different, right? Some people need, more boss practice. Some people need square practice. Some people need game stuff. But yeah, we have great coaches who can help you out. And with that being said, let's go ahead and pull our players in here for the post-match interview.
I made quota. That's why.
GG's, everyone. GG's. Yes, there is one more game after this.
GG's.
One hell of a game, guys. Well played all around. We will start with with Thomas and Yiba. You guys got a very impressive win there. And it felt like your strategy a lot of the way was just to steal all the cookies off of Wander's plate and really push into his priority there. Was that kind of some of the idea going in here?
Yeah, so I really wanted to... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, let's go ahead.
Yeah, so I really wanted to Stell with an underground boss, Memby half of DLC. I think it's a really, really valuable square. And then I realized with the death that I knew that I wasn't racing him. So I was like, okay, I'll go +6 and then immediately Apostle and just kind of snub your prio, because I assume, you wanted Radon for access to underground and that kind of thing. So I had like 2 one-shot deaths on when he was one-shot deaths on the Apostle. So that I grabbed the Grace when you marked Great Rune. So I don't know how long you were planning on holding Apostle, but at that point I was like +6. But yeah, I wanted to kind of snub that prio. Underground bosses, I didn't expect to get Moog, but I saw the Falling Star Beast mark, and I was like, oh, okay, I have the Mogwin Grace already, so I might be able to steal this, and then even if I don't get Dragonkins, Solaria is still a really quick one, and then the other, Lake of Rot one. But yeah, it was kind of just blitzing things on this board. There was synergy, but it's difficult synergy to kind of cash in on. Right, like Spirit Caller bosses, Gelmir bosses, God bosses, Liurnia bosses. It's very loose. So I felt like blitzing this kind of board was really, really strong. And yeah.
Yeah, and I had progress on all of it.
Yeah, I think the funniest moment was when you sniped him on Melania and Wander just walks off the cliff. Wonder was that the rot swamp PCs? The snipe looks at the
Oh my
board and then
God.
just walks off the cliff.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
But it was a very well played game by you guys, Thomas and Yabe, and you know a real, I think, a statement performance. You guys obviously being two outside of Iron and Typin, right? But they don't have the bingo experience, but have a lot of competitive experience, right? You guys have only ever played in one competitive event and one bingo event before this, and now to come in, you guys are now sitting at 4-4, and you have everything to play for next weekend. How are you guys feeling going into that game?
Yeah, my execution, especially towards the end of the game, felt a little bit shaky, but I feel like our planning towards the end for the entire game was good.
Yeah.
And I think that execution is a lot easier to clean up, so I'm feeling pretty good going into next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking nice script writing. Who's final game, most important game. I like it, but it'll be a good one.
I mean, everyone knows the league is fixed, right? It is.
Yeah,
rigged.
it's fixed, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, the French get the Death's Poker,
None of this
Crony
matters.
Souls gets
Yeah.
Farfetch'd. Like it's all right. Like
Yeah, we already know that.
And also,
None of it
we
matters.
we already know
according to plan.
we already know how it works out at the end of the season. What's in the script is that Sci-Fi has gets ill and cannot play going into the finals for Game 3, and then I step in and I win with Shura as I get all 13 squares. Right? That's how
All right.
the game is supposed to go.
Buddy,
Right?
this ain't fan fiction.
That was the cost had to pay to play in Golden Order.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I mean, Thomas, anybody, I think this was one of the best games you guys played all season. You were absolutely lights out there today, and I think the strategy of just Wanderer and Strump being such a fast dominant team, right, and to have the guts to just push into their prio and take the cookies off their plate was a very aggressive strategy and very well done by you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did want to commend you on it. Like, it's a diabolical gameplay strategy, but the board read that allowed you to go into that type of play, it's just very smart, like well strategized.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit of the cookies of DLC to like dip in for Iris, Moon Refill, and then I just kind of wanted to leave, which I wanted Ancestral Knight and Balls at the start, but my DLC entrance was so slow because Renala didn't wanna work with me today. So I had she's a cruel mistress, as they say. So I pivoted out when I got my upgrades first, and then just did the other square.
Right.
Yeah. Well, GG's, boys. It was one hell of a game. And congratulations and best of luck to you guys next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now for Wander and Strump, I know obviously not the way you guys wanted it to go, but you guys played very, very well. They're very, very well here today. And just got sniped a lot. But I think there are a lot of positives. It's not like you played bad. You just your cookies got stolen, right? Any thoughts from you guys? Because still have the game next week, right? Where you guys are locked in now as the 3 seed, or no, you're locked in as. Are you locked in as the 4 seed? You may or may not be locked in as the 4 seed, potentially the 3 seed.
Something like that.
But you have the opportunity to play spoiler and help out our boy Sci-Fi by beating Tank and Top next weekend. Any thoughts from you guys?
Yeah, I think
I'll
this
give
is
you guys the battle pass for free if you help me out, by the way.
Thanks. Honestly, I think this is the final nail in the coffin for us not really playing one key part of the format, right? And that's the fact that we kind of play really good principled 1v1 bingo when we play these 2v2 matches. And the against Shurasai, Cronies, and Lemon, and these two, it's gotten us bitten in the ass by having our prio stepped in every single time. So I think we need to play a little bit more around the fact that 2 players get to play a lot bolder, get to be a lot more disrespectful about prio, because like the way I thought about it after the Shura and Sai game, and now again after this game, as I'm looking at it once again, if I just went in a straight line for every square that I wanted, Thomas and Yibe go for these plays, get absolutely nothing out of them, and then we win by me just going in a straight line.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I gotta be more ready to like expect people to step on prio and not just pretend like because I have progress somewhere that I get the square for free or they're not gonna push into it.
Other than, so I assume you mean like Apostle and Kaled and like Gelmir bosses, right? Were the two?
Yeah,
It's mainly
Yeah,
Gelmir
okay.
bosses.
Yeah.
mainly
Okay.
Gelmir bosses. Gelmir bosses lost us so much.
They lost us
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
No, I
To
can
be
imagine.
fair, Gelmir bosses is one that it actually makes sense for the DLC player to come back and do, because in order to get to Altus, they usually do virgins, and then that's like usually there's 3 easy Gelmir bosses. That finding the 4th one's the toughest thing. So that's a way that like me and Cheryl lost to Ellie and Helios too. I think that's something to be aware of. Is Gelmir
Exactly.
bosses?
No,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like with 2
Yeah.
players, especially, I can't just pretend that because I've shown full grown Falling Star Beast, that I all of a sudden just have free reign to go for Dragonkin and then like prep the line and do other stuff,
Yeah.
right? There's ways for these teams to get back in and to step on my prio, and we've gotten bitten a lot because of the fact that we don't respect that. We don't respect the opportunities that are there in this format as much as we should.
Yeah, well, you guys are a absolutely fantastic team, and you will be there in the playoffs, and will be still have a fantastic chance of winning this whole thing, right? You know, better to address these holes right now than say, oh, we're going home and we should have done this, right? Because still a lot of bingo left to play for you guys, and we wish you guys the best in your playoff run, and are excited to see your game next weekend. And I know Sci-Fi will be cheering very hard for you next weekend.
We got our biggest fan. Put him on commentary.
All right.
Completely
unbiased commentary.
Well, we will be right back. We have a big game coming up in the Crucible, as in the Crucible teams are fighting here for playoff contention. While we're in the break, I need to go ahead and take a look and see what the ramifications are of this game. But we have Nike 2 sitting at 3-3 in a game they pretty much need to win, going up against Old But Gold at 4-2. And we will see how that one goes. Big for that one in playoff implications in the Crucible there. So very excited for it. And we will be right back. Also, actually, before I go, I want to just say, love you guys all. Thank you guys all so much for watching and being a part of the community. If you do want to get more ingrained in bingo, whether you want to play bingo, rando, whatever it will be, join Ignite. We have a brand new bingo and randomizer racing league that are starting in January. And also, like, I get to be the one who does the commentary and stuff, but none of this would be possible without everyone, players, modders, organizers, everyone. Like, this is a group effort, and I'm just the one who's lucky enough to host the broadcast. So love everyone, love Ignite. Thank you guys all, and we will be right back.